What's happening, YouTube? Today we about to do a shadow taper on the waiver, and right here I'm just going through with my comb, lifting the hair up off the scalp, so when I come through with my guards, it actually cuts the hair evenly. And I'm also analyzing his growth pattern, so as you can see, his growth pattern is a perfect like 360 all the way around the head. So that's another thing you want to pay attention to while you combing the hair out. Alright, so I'm going in with the number 2 guard, and I got it in the closed position. My client only wanted a little bit of hair taken off the top. He wanted it to stay thick. So I'm showing him how much hair is being cut, and we agreed that that was a good length to be cut off. So here we go. Stay tuned for this 5, man. I usually fade up, but for this shadow tape, I'm going to be fading down. So right here, I'm going in with the number 2 open, and I'm debulking the top of the taper, meaning that I'm thinning out where the hair is thick at the top of the taper, right in this temple area. Now I got the number 2 closed, and I'm coming right underneath the number 2 open. And then I'm gonna go with the grain with the number 2 closed to smooth the hair out even more. Now I got the number 1 guard in the open position coming right under that number 2 closed. So I'm continuing to fade down for this shadow taper. Now I'm closing the number 1 all the way up, coming right up under the number 1 open, continuing to create that transition. Now I got the number 1 guard back open, detailing around the ear, only using the corner of the blade to thin out dark spots I see right above the ear. So now it's time to start detailing. I got my 1.5 wall guard on, which is the guard size right in between the number 2 and the number 1 guard. So I'm going in, creating a better transition in between those 2 guards with this 1.5 wall guard.
Pablo, you crazy for this one.
Man, you went beast mode on this one.
Now I got my 0.5 guard on now with the lever in the open position, and when it's in the open position, it's basically a number 1 closed. I got a video explaining the guards and what they measure out. Check it out, it's on my page. But right here, I'm detailing the bottom of my taper with this 0.5 guard. As y'all know, every client is different, so he wants a shadow taper. So I'm playing it safe with my 0.5 guard on in the closed position, setting in my first guideline. As you can see, it's taking off a lot of hair. It almost looks like a skin taper at the bottom. But I'm playing it safe using this guard because I knew if I went in with no guard open, it would have created that skin fade type of look versus a shadow fade. So right here, now I'm in the open position with my 0.5 guard, and I'm continuing to fade up. I'm going up about a half an inch higher than that previous guideline. And I'm about to close it halfway and blend those two guidelines into each other. Now I got the number 1 guard in the open position, continuing to create this shadow fade effect. Going up about, this is gonna be the last guard I use for this taper, because like I told you earlier in this video, the 0.5 guard in the open position is just like the number 1 guard closed. So I will not be closing the lever on this number 1 guard because I've already cut the hair down to that length. And right here I'm going down with the grain to get rid of that do-rag weight line right there. If you ever cut a waver, you know what I'm talking about. They have that bushiness at the line where they tie their do-rag. So right here I'm going in and cutting that area down and smoothing it out. Going with the grain with the number 1 open. Alright, now I'm about to start the lineup process. When y'all lining people up, just make sure you keep everything as natural as possible. Do not push your client's hairline in. Keep it as natural as possible.
Pablo, you crazy for this one.
Damn, you went beast mode on this one.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe right now, or we gonna have problems, man. Nah, I'm just talking, but y'all continue to stay blessed, man. Hopefully y'all gained a lot of knowledge from watching this tutorial. Peace out, MikeWillBlendIt.